Good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the deep in the afternoon session here now at the 2024 Men's National Open Club Championships for softball here at Fraser Park, Sportsville, Sorensen Field, Diamond 1 action. We've had a lot of action already today. The action in front of us right now that is just getting underway is Ramblers from Auckland versus Dodgers, the local team from Hutt Valley. Dodgers in their traditional black strip in the first base dugout, and Ramblers in their white uniform today in the third base dugout. I'm Gary Rohihi for Ballpark Broadcasting. I'll be your play-by-play commentator on this one. Joining me in colour commentary is local softball expert coach, player / many hats, Craig Wallace. It's great to welcome you along, Craig.
Thanks, Gary.
No problem, mate. We see the first hit out to shortstop. It's the Black Sox captain who doesn't get the best throw away. Well handled out there by Lewis Gerard at first base to take the tag for the first out. That was Tarquin Karotiana there on in the leadoff for Dodgers. We'll quickly run you through the batting order while we're out there. Tarquin Karotiana, the first out, of course, followed by Aaron Dormer, then Dallas Clifton, Bodie Foley, then Wuramu Amai, Logan Paul Woolley, followed by Brian Woolley, Taikaha Wilson, a Lincoln Foley, and rounds out their order. Defensively for Ramblers out there, right field is Devon Carr, centre field Maddox Rice, Bradley Bennett at left, Cole Evans at shortstop, Reese Evans in the hot corner, Brock Evans at second base, Lewis Gerard at first, Floyd Nola doing the pitching there to Ryan Early behind the dish. Craig, probably an interesting game, but fair to say Ramblers the firm favourites in this one.
Yeah. This Dodgers team's pretty young. They've just come back to the Premier Grade this year after a year away, so kind of rebuilt their club and back at their first nationals. So it'll be an eye opener for some of these young boys up against obviously Ramblers. Been dominating softball in New Zealand for the last sort of half. Last little while anyway.
Or more at least, I
think they've won the last 4 or 5 in a row. So, definitely.
Small glitches on the radar, but otherwise business as usual for the Ramblers.
Well, definitely a tough ask here for the young Dodgers team. So.
Well, that's about coming here and just putting your best foot forward.
Yeah, 100%.
This Ramblers team, unless there's something major has happened outside Diamond 1, come in and they are the unbeaten team. I'm not sure how Dodgers have got on today.
I watched their game this morning. They played before us, so they got up in tiebreaker, maybe 2-1 or 3-2, something like that, against Kaiapoi. So
nice
good win
job
for them. They were down 1-0 late, came back and tied it up, and then won in, I think, 9 innings, maybe. I think they went double tiebreaker.
Wow. Well, there we go for strikeout out there to Floyd Nola. We're just looking at Floyd Nola. He's one of these sort of 5 tools in the toolbox players. There's a few of them out there. You got Marshall Cronk playing for Papanui, who can hold their place in the team as a batter and probably anywhere they field as well. But Floyd Nola, another one of those players.
Yeah, definitely. Like Floyd's a really good hitter. Plays a great outfield. He's good defensively, throws the ball well. Obviously, he's good on the mound. Does a bit of everything, to be fair. Does it all well, too.
Nice and quickly there for Ramblers in this one. 3 up and 3 down for Dodgers. A quick start for us, and we'll come back in just a minute after a few messages.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the bottom half of the first innings. We didn't get an opportunity to run through the Ramblers' defensive lineup, but we will get an opportunity to run through their batting lineup. Their lead-off hitter will be number 21, Brock Evans. Devon Carr will come in, followed by Black Sox captain Cole Evans. Number 30, Lewis Gerard. Then Floyd Nola. Bradley Bennett will come in after that. Reese Evans, Maddox Rice, and Ryan Early rounds out their order. We'll quickly run you through the defensive lineup for Dodgers. Out at right field is Tarquin Karaitiana, Logan Paul Woolley. At centre, Lincoln Foley. At left, Aaron Dormer. At shortstop, Brian Woolley. At third base, Bodie Foley. At second, Dallas Clifton. At first, Mate Makas will be doing the pitching out on the hill to Taikaha Wilson behind the dish. As you say, it is quite a young lineup.
Yeah, with the exception of Bodie Foley out there, obviously, Gary. But, the rest of them pretty young. Like we said before, this Dodgers team's a young team, but they played PK to start the tournament, lost 1-0. So, same as anything in softball. If you get a good performance off the mound, and they've got young Mata out there, who's young boy from Czech Republic, pitched in the Under-19 World Cup earlier, 6 months or so ago. And held the strong hitting PK lineup to 1. So we'll see how we go today.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely a difference maker for this lineup.
Yeah, strong, young, throws hard, good command of his rotation, and capable of keeping teams quiet for 7 innings. It's a step up to ask him to do the same against this Ramblers lineup. We saw yesterday on Diamond 1 what they did to the PK team when they put them to the sword in 4 innings. PK, the local champions this year in Wellington, and Ramblers, other than the first innings, were all over them in that one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes today. Like I said, it's a pretty young pitch and catching combination. Young Taika Wilson's pretty tidy behind the plate, one of the better young catchers in the country. Obviously caught for Hutt Valley this year at the Under-19. It's here in January. So
yeah, I've seen a bit of Taika as he comes through as he's come through the grades. Very promising young player.
Yeah, he's tidy behind the plate, throws well. So it'll be interesting to see what Nate does here. How Taika obviously retaliates to them.
Well, Brock Evans made his way to first base on the walk. Just a bit of a shaky start for Mate Makas. The Czech Republic pitcher out here. Devon Carr is number 77 at bat for Ramblers. Cole Evans, Ramblers, a team pretty much blessed. They've got pitchers of the calibre of Nick Hayes and Daniel Chapman on the bench. So quite a bit of a luxury for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got depth all over the park. Obviously, got a really strong program that Ramblers club, obviously led by Nate, has put together over the last, like we said, the last decade or so.
Popped up high and handsome out at left field. Finally, nicely taken out there in left field by Lincoln Foley. Did a good job in what is a very strong swirling breeze out there. Quite a difficult job. Made it look easy.
It's a nice little summer's breeze out there in the Hutt area. I'm not too sure what you mean.
We don't
Blustery.
have strong winds. We have gentle breezes. Yeah.
I wonder if that's what happened on Cole's throw in the first inning.
It's only other places in New Zealand that have strong winds. And there we go. Cole Evans doing what he does. He's just shunted it out to the outfield fence. That is going to score the runner. It comes in now for the first run of the ball game. Cole Evans sitting out there at second base.
Yeah. Tried to throw a change up there. Obviously left it well too high. And, Cole.
Definitely too good a batter to make a mistake like that on. If you hang it anywhere near the zone, it's going to do exactly what it just did.
Yeah. Hung it right in the middle, so you can't do much with that.
Number 30, Lewis Gerard, who in that Piniki-Kilburnie game helped himself to a grand slam by putting it over the centre field fence.
Made a nice play in the first inning too, like you said on the throw from Cole, little offline. Made a nice athletic play to get off the base, make the tag.
Now they've got Ramblers and Auckland Softball have brought back Nick Hayes into the New Zealand environment, and I know for a lot of us that enjoy watching a world-class pitcher at work, so good to see him back at work here in New Zealand.
Yeah, good. I used to obviously catch Nick at Dodgers for many years. It's good to see him back in the country. We won't say we're too excited to see him. But maybe after this weekend it'll be better. But
Better when he's playing for you, Craig, than playing against you.
yeah, it was a lot easier to catch him than hit off him.
Yeah.
But we won't talk him up too much. And when he doesn't need to swell no more.
Well, you know, from guys like myself who thrive on seeing that sort of quality, regardless of how you feel about it.
I'm just wondering if he talks to Nate as much as he used to talk to Stevie about trying to get in the hitting lineup.
Yeah.
He
can bat.
One of the great hitters of the pitch, one of the great hitting pitchers in the country, if you ask Nick. To be fair to him, there was a couple of years where he smashed it for us. I think the year we won the clubs in Nelson.
Yeah.
He was smashing the ball all over the place.
Yeah, he had the ball on a piece of string at the clubs as well. Definitely dominated that whole tournament. There's a nice catch out there at second base as Lewis Gerard hits that one like a laser beam to second base. Bodie Foley, nice job.
Yeah, nice play there by Bodie. Obviously the eldest statesman of this Dodgers lineup.
Floyd Nola up to bat now, number 99 for Ramblers.
Saying that, Bodie's been playing really well. He's had a good season, but he's played the games I've seen him play at clubs. He's been smashing the ball as well. Played him. I think he was playing shortstop last game I saw him, so turning the clock back.
Yeah, definitely spearheading that infield defence for Dodgers, and setting the tone for them as well. Good quality out there. It's an interesting team, Craig. You talk about their youth. If they can keep the presence on the mound in a couple of years, this is going to be a threatening team, I would think.
Yeah, well, that's always going to be the issue that we have a little bit here in the Hutt at the moment. We've got a couple of younger pitchers coming through.
Yeah.
But they're only young, so it's going to they're a couple of years away from being a dominant presence in the national setup. But sometimes you got to make do. Bring in some pitching from overseas to help you out while you let your young talent grow. So.
Well, that's another thing to talk about. I mean, there are quite a number of teams here at the tournament that are relying on international pitching. It's nice to see them, and the quality is raised because of it. But also, it says a lot about the struggles we're having with our own pitching domestically.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's something that obviously needs addressing. It's probably not as cool to pitch as it used to be back in the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but, it's definitely something that, I mean, it's, you look back in time, with softball in New Zealand and through the, late 70s, through the 80s and 90s, there was a lot of overseas pitching that was in the country, and our hitters definitely,
benefited.
Definitely benefited from that. And, and our hitting came a long way over those years, so hopefully something like that happens again. But it's the more international and better pitching you see, the better hitting you're going to become.
That's right. They face better quality hitting, and in the meantime, it's Dodgers who got out of that one without impacting the scoreboard, and so 0-0 after one complete, and we'll go into the second innings in just a minute after a few messages.
100.9 and 94.9 Atiawa Toa.
When the radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a nice indication of the strength of the breeze out there. As we said, a nice gentle nor'wester out there. We've got second innings action here now. Ramblers taking on Dodgers here in day 2 of the 2024 National Open Clubs Championship. And we didn't get an opportunity to do it in the first innings, but we will run through the Ramblers defensive lineup again. Did I do it? I just got the nod. Losing my marbles. I've done it. We won't do it again. We won't repeat ourselves.
You should have just covered that up by saying for the people who missed the start.
We missed it the first time, yeah. Admitting I'd already done it saved me from saying it again. Oops, and there we go. The breeze has taken out the ambient microphone there.
Yeah, it's getting a little, a little rough there.
Oh, it's caused the sun to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, look at those pictures. Beautiful, bright sunshine out there up until about a second ago.
Yeah, little breeze just flowing through the park.
Yep. Challenging conditions, especially for some of our players from overseas. And there's an indication of how challenging it is. First the microphone, then one of the gazebos. She's all happening there off the diamond at the moment. It's almost more entertaining than the softball.
A nice pitch.
There we go. Floyd Nola puts normality back into the proceedings.
Pitchers won't be minding this little breeze either. It's a big push, obviously, coming from left field to right. So
Yeah.
that, you know, that, enough that was maybe a spinner change or a little curveball or rise ball that curved.
Looked like the wind turned it into a curve, but
yeah, it definitely
it was a
broke
good
more than I've
pitch.
seen Floyd normally break the ball there. So maybe it was something just let the breeze take over there.
wind assisted. Why wouldn't you? There we go. The upshot of that was Bodie Foley picks himself a walk. Challenging conditions for a pitcher. They do like a bit of a breeze to help their pitching, but you know, something that's kind of half a force 10 gale.
Bit
Not
of a
quite so much.
Bit of a crosswind here.
Yeah.
So obviously, Whittemore my DP in this game. Pick up for Dodgers from Auckland Maris, I believe.
Ah, yep. Whittemore Armai, he's been doing a bit of pitching for them. He's another one of these 5-tool players who can pitch, bat, field, and play wherever he's needed.
Yeah, puts out a nice bunt. Obviously, talking up Lewis's defence in the first inning. We obviously have to talk on him. Obviously, made nearer too. So, yeah, nice little bunt though. Put a bit of pressure on the field and brings up young Logan Paul Wally.
Dodgers, who in the early stages of this match are finding themselves to be very competitive. Runners at 1 and 2 here in the second innings. Logan Paul Wally in the batter's box right now, going to work.
Yeah, big boy Logan. I believe he's only, I may be wrong here, 15, maybe 16.
Oh, okay.
He's got a big future of him. He's a really good hitter for his age. Strong kid. Hits the
Yep.
ball hard. Younger brother of the on-deck hitter, Brian Woolley. But yeah, he's both these boys swing the bats well. Logan's he's a pretty good athlete.
So it's Nola looking to go work again. He leans back. Here comes the pitch. Yeah, nice rise ball for this time, and that does the job on Logan Paul Woolley for the first out. Nice strikeout.
Like you're talking about earlier too, Gary, you know, the youth of this team seeing pitching like this, you know, they don't see pitching like this every day. So coming out, seeing this stuff are only going to make them better as they come through the grades. And
Oh, Floyd Nola this past year has made the elevation into the Black Sox training squad. So he's there or thereabouts.
yep, I believe he went to American Samoa as well with them.
Yes, travelled away. So, you know, it's good to see that at the highest level we're pulling the young talent through as well.
Oh, and he's a great kid, Floyd. You know, like I remember a couple of years ago when the World Cup was on, he came down and helped out. I was coaching the Denmark team, came and pitched a game for us when we got a couple of injuries in our pitching staff, and came and pitched against Argentina for us. And I just saw him literally came to the park to watch one of our games we played at Auckland Maris, and said we had a couple of injuries. What was he doing tomorrow? And he goes, "Yeah, what time you need me?" Turned up the next day in his work gear and threw a uniform on and threw about 10 innings for us. It was awesome.
Nice. You do see him pop up, especially his pickups in the last few years. I've seen him at the PK tournament on 2 or 3 occasions, coming down and playing for Wellington teams. Definitely seems to have a willingness to work wherever it's needed.
Oh, he's the ideal pickup, isn't he?
Yeah.
Pitches well, hits
Yeah.
well, plays the outfield well. You can put him anywhere. Put him in the outfield position,
Yeah.
on the mound, and he hits in the middle of your lineup. So perfect pickup.
Really, he is.
And he's easy to look after. He's not hard work. like I said, he fits into teams well too. So
2-2, guys.
Well, he's a tall kid, but there's not a lot of him, and that wind must be playing havoc with his equilibrium out there. This time one hit hard down the left field line into foul territory. Brian Woolley it is doing the hitting out there at the moment.
yeah, another one that played in the Hutt Valley Under 19 team earlier this year. TP for that team, so he can hit the ball. Strong kid, it's the ball hard, a big swing.
It's fine with the current crop of young kids coming through. Not a lot of fear in them in terms of who they're facing. It doesn't really matter. not much changes.
Yeah, well, the plus side of youth. Oh well, plus side of youth too, right? You plus side is probably don't even know who they're facing. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just another pitcher.
That's right. Yeah.
Who are we playing today? Oh, we got Ramblers. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Give me the bat, and I'll go and do my job. And nice job done by Brian Woolley. And in the early stages of this ball game, Dodgers going very well on this one. They've got bases loaded, only one down, and have given themselves the opportunity to get one across home plate right now.
Interesting young Taika Wilson coming up to here, hitting left-handed. So he's predominantly been a right-hander hitter his whole life from what I've seen him play from a young age.
Yep. So
he's just
this switch hitting is obviously something he's developed.
Yeah, he's just started. I only actually noticed him hitting in the Under-19 final the other night. He looked really good left-handed actually, but
Yeah.
funny, the game I watched him earlier today, he was hitting right-handed. So
I'd suggest he's probably pretty quick around the bases.
yeah, he runs well.
Heading from this side of the box, you're looking to get a jump.
He looked really, like I said, the Under-19 final the other day, he looked really good. So hopefully it's something that he's going to stick with.
That becomes valuable in a team lineup as well, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
ability to change that.
So Taika obviously, like I said, should have known him from a kid. He's Zara's cousin, so
Yeah.
they've grown up together playing softball and all sorts of sports together and stuff like that. And obviously, his cousins do a bit of chat,
Bit of banter.
Yeah, a bit of banter. So it's cool.
Especially now that they're both catchers.
yeah. Well, I remember when they were younger. Obviously, Zara's only just started catching the last few years to help out, really.
Yeah.
But Taika was always the catcher when they were playing at Saints when they were younger.
Well, it's an interesting one because where would you see Zara playing in the future?
Oh, I
then?
think Zara will be a middle infielder. We don't have catching at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's really just catching to help us out. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't.
interesting,
I don't think
interesting.
he'll catch for much longer. This might
Yeah.
be
That's
the
an
end
opinion,
of
yeah.
this week.
I mean, you know, the kids themselves might change your mind on that one at some stage, but you never know.
Yeah, well, it's quite funny. Like back to Tiger, so he's a boy-girl twin, obviously, like Misha and Zara.
Yeah.
So when they were all playing when they're younger, they're obviously his twin sister Teddy here. The four of them taking up four of the 9 spots. Taika used to be the catcher, Zara was the shortstop, Misha was pitching, and
Yep.
Teddy here was the second base. So took over half the Saints lineup.
That's right. Yeah, interesting.
So no, it'll be good. Like I said, he's only just
it
starting to
also
do it, but he looks.
underlines the whano nature of
He's
the
quite.
sport.
Well, he's quite natural with it.
Yeah.
He's quite natural with it. It'd be good for him to stick with it and see how far that can take him.
He's doing a good job out there now. He's taken Floyd Nola deep into account. There's still only one out with loaded bases. Nola pitches one now. It goes through the zone. Loses his hat in the process.
I think Lincoln Foley's coming now. I think Taika just got retired, possibly. They look very similar.
Oh, yeah, true.
He's come through. I was going to say, I'm sure he just jogged off.
Yeah.
See, I talked
Missed
too
that
much.
one while I
Talked
was
too much,
talking while
Gary.
you
You
were
got
talking. I was
lost in
paying
my story.
attention. I was paying attention there, you see.
I was just rambling for too long.
Yeah. I thought he would had taken him into a very deep count and been out there for a while. 2 down it is with Lincoln Foley out there.
These young Dodgers hitters, good. You know, come out, made Floyd throw a lot of pitches. You know,
Yeah.
they're not out there overwhelmed or just swing at whatever comes down. They've been pretty patient. You know, and obviously Lincoln trying to get back on top, get on base here and get back to the top of their order. They could, you know, a gap shot here does a little bit of damage too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's been a really good inning for them so far. Even though they haven't got any runs across the
The
board. there's
worrying
been-
thing is if they do start connecting with the ball and start converting a few runs and put pressure on Floyd Nola to to come off the diamond is who's going to replace him. Don't look over there.
Yeah, they do have the luxury of having 2 or 3 other guys that can come in and do a pretty good job as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, half decent,
Oh,
There we go. Nice work. Well done, the young fellas for Dodgers.
Yeah, Floyd just struggling a little here. Most of these hitters have gone to pretty deep in the count here, full counts. I don't know if the wind's an issue for him or if he's...
Oh, I'd say it's a little bit of it, but yeah, he's just trying to pitch around them maybe a little bit too much. Tarquin for Atiawa back to the top of the order.
Obviously, from the Dodgers' point of view, getting back to the top of the order, if they can hit something in a gap here, score 2 or 3 more runs there.
It's a much better spot by Floyd Nola for the start of that batter. Ramblers wouldn't be used to standing out there in the tournament this long in an innings at the moment. They're more used to sitting down in the dugout watching the batters go to work.
Yeah, they're definitely used to long innings, but not standing in the field.
Yeah. No, it's a pleasure to watch the young Dodgers give them a workout.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we
wow.
go. This time we're going to see a close
nice.
one.
He is quick down the line there, isn't he?
There we go, and it's the runner, Trey Ferry, who came in for Wiremu Amai, who crosses home plate for the second run.
2 balls, 1 strike, fellas.
2-0 to Dodgers, and a great start from the young Dodgers team.
It's a good bit of base running too. The ball only went a couple of metres away from Ryan early, but obviously Trey got a good jump and got in quickly, and it was really aggressive.
He got a good lead off. Absolutely right, and he jumped as soon as that ball was gone from the catcher's glove.
Yeah, hadn't really seen Trey play. He's out of the Giants club in the Wairarapa, so hadn't really seen him play too much until he came over to play for Dodgers this year, but he's been really impressive on the base pass this year. He's been stealing bases throughout the Havili combo all over the place.
The other Diamond 1 game that I commented on with them involved yesterday, he caught.
Yep.
So obviously comfortable as a catcher as well.
Yeah, catches plays the outfield. Surprised a little bit CMDI. He had been in the lineup. Most of the times we play them all year. He's out there in the outfield there or catching. He's hitting the lead off for them at the start of the year. So, but definitely a threat on the base pass.
Yeah. All right, there we go. The conditions continue to get, even if anything, a little bit more challenging out there. And this time it's Floyd Nola who gets the job done finally for Ramblers, who won't be used to standing out on the diamond for that long. But that has cost them 2 runs, that innings, and with the top of 2 complete, we'll head to the bottom of 2, see what Ramblers can do in answer to that. 2-0, Dodgers lead Ramblers. We'll be back in just a minute.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting. Try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and don't let that nice blue sky fool you. The weather here is definitely challenging for these players. That wind is getting right up there. It's nice and warm, however, which means that softball is being played here on Diamond 1 at Sorensen Field. It's Ramblers who trail in this ball game here in the second innings, playing Dodgers from Hutt Valley. Here we go, Ramblers. Early on, struggling with Dodgers. Bradley Bennett up to bat for Ramblers. Ramblers, once they kick into gear with the bat, tend to bat in bunches and score runs in 2s, 3s, 4s and more.
Yeah, it was a great half inning by them. I said Floyd struggled a little bit just with a bit of control, walked a couple of hitters.
Yep.
Yeah, but seemed to calm down. They got back to the top of the order and he struck out the leadoff hitter. So
There we go. That one flies through the middle of the zone. Bradley Bennett would possibly want to have another look at that one.
just saying, obviously around having young, like a few overseas pitchers in here at the moment. One of the pitchers who is missing, obviously, this weekend is Papanui's Ben Watts.
Yeah.
I know last time Clubs was here a couple of times before. He's been great at Fraser Park, so he'll be missed by that Papanui lineup this week. Obviously ruptured his bicep at the NFC. So,
that's what happened.
Yeah, so I was talking to him. NFC, he was pretty excited to get through the back end of the season, and they got a pretty good shot where he'll leave a massive hole for them. But hopefully he's recovering well at home. Ben, if you're listening, so hope to see you back out here next year.
Yes, sorely missed in the tournament. Bit of a fan of Ben's pitching. He's a bit of a horse. He'll pitch the whole tournament for his team. Pitches with great control. Be sorely missed in Papanui, who I did see when they played the grand final here just a couple of years ago against Ramblers. It was him that was doing the pitching for Papanui.
It was one of the better weeks from one of the from New Zealand pitch over the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
That week he put them on his back and carried them to that final. They're unlucky though. I think they lost on the Hospital Wild pitch. Whatever we.
Yeah, it was. It was a close game. Yeah.
But yeah,
Ramblers coming out the eventual winner.
Yeah, it's obviously sad not to see him here this week. So if you're out there been listening.
All right, as Dodgers continue to go to work on the Ramblers batting.
2 balls, 1.
Same with Barty, eh? Tyron Bartarillo, not here this week.
Yeah, Torrance here.
Is he?
Yes. Yeah,
Playing?
played a crucial part in the game earlier in the day for them.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Thought he tore his Achilles.
I was going to say, is he carrying an injury? Because he played third base as well.
Really? Oh, I saw him at the airport after NFC. He had the old man calf. I thought that he'd done more damage. Obviously wrong.
Oh, there we go. Ramblers off to a bit more of a meaningful start in this one. Bradley Bennett all the way round to third base. And Reese Evans at first base. Runners on the corners. Into bat now is number 50, Maddox Rice. Yeah, no, they had loaded bags. He came up and hit a triple in the game earlier in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not as old as I thought he
I
was.
was going to say, ran it like a spring chicken. Safe at 2. I said he hit a triple, but I meant he cleared 3 bags of them.
So he turned a triple into
He
a double,
turned
was
the
what you're
triple
saying.
into a double, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's good to see. I thought that he was, I'd heard that he had done his Achilles or his calf, or he was, but if he's here, that's even great news for that Papanui lineup.
Oh, well, with Marshall Cronk, definitely a replacement for Ben Watts that's worthy of that team. And look for them towards the business end of the tournament because they will probably still be there.
Yeah, they've been, one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country for good, 5, 6, 7 years now.
Runners now at 2 and 3 for Ramblers, none down. Number 50, Maddox Rice into bat.
Coming back.
And look out for them if they turn the corner and get back to the top of their order with 1 or none still out.
Yeah, this is where you get in trouble with the Ramblers, isn't it? They come out, you have a good inning against them, put on some runs, and then before you know it, they got runners on 2 and 3 with none out.
Yeah, well, it's what happened with PK. Ramblers came out of the block running in that one in the first innings and scored 3 runs. PK came straight back and scored 3 runs of their own. But after that, it was all Ramblers to the tune of another 10 runs.
Be really interesting to see how they go here. Obviously, got a great hitting lineup. Just wouldn't ever have seen Mara before, so how they adjust. He's I'd like to see him throw a little more change up. He's got a good change up. Keep them off balance a little bit more.
We commented on about a lot of the pitches, and we've talked about Nick, but he's probably one of the pitchers I've seen on Diamond 1 that used the change up as a real weapon and used it frequently.
Oh yeah, like I said, back in the day, a long time ago now, when I used to catch him, he was he was always tough when he had that change-up going. It's a pretty tough call here, TK.
You know, he's got to step off. Hands to get, no, he pulled
He
his
literally-
hands-
he literally got
pulled
blown
his
off the
hands
mound.
off
Yeah.
as he's still on the plate. He's got to time as he's doing it. No, he can't. He's got to call time, then separate. He's got to go back. You guys know that. Come on.
Oh, there we go. He's called an illegal pitch, and that's handed
Timeout, I understand that.
Ramblers
He's
a
on
run.
the mound, he pulled his hands. He's ready to go. Pulls his hands together. That's an illegal pitch. He's got to keep them together, call timeout, and walk back, then separate. He's got to come off. Well, hey, I'm leaning on the win, but there's no win there. Illegal pitch on the pitcher, separation.
Obviously, TK is right what he's saying here.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Nato just obviously struggling in the wind a little bit there. Wind blew him off. He stepped back off the mound without calling time and
One ball, two
being
strikes.
called a legal pitch.
Well, yeah, it's a tough lesson for a young pitcher to learn, but yeah, there is a process for pulling out of the pitch, and he didn't observe it there, and it's cost him a run.
Not too sure where he's from in Czech, but I can't imagine it's as windy as what it gets at Fraser Park when he's normally pitching. Might be an issue there.
We'll just say all of Wellington, and then maybe the rest of the world doesn't get as windy.
Yeah, so. But yeah, a little tough break here for him, but like I said, TK obviously right technically, so just a tough
Yeah.
break for the kid when you get blown off the mound like that.
There is really no argument for that call, though. I mean, you know, once he's made it, you're not going to get him to
No.
change his mind.
No, yeah, and he like TK's obviously said out there, you know, he hasn't called time. He's just stepped back off the mound after he's brought his hands together. So
Right, there we go. Now we're seeing Mata Makas
3-2, yep.
struggling a little bit out there, probably with the conditions as well. A little bit more pop on the rise, a little bit more drift on the curve, and a little bit more drop on the drop ball when this wind is blowing like this.
nice pitch.
Nice pitch this time, and it's Maddox Rice who goes out at first base for the first out. 1 run scored, 2-1. It is 2 Dodgers over Ramblers. Comes to bat is number 4, Ryan Early, doing the catching in this one for Ramblers.
Ball.
Yeah, Ryan Early getting the start behind the dish today. Obviously, he's spelling his brother Max. Younger brother's got to put some work in. I don't know if Max has just pulled rank and been like, it's too windy out here today. You take the reins, or I'll just sit back for a little while.
Interesting one, 2 brothers both playing catcher in the same team. Must be a bit of competition in the
Yeah, I guess
in the ranks.
with Ryan can play anywhere though. Like you can
Yeah.
put him second base, shortstop, the outfield, any of the corners. He literally can play any position out in the diamond. I haven't seen him pitch before, but he can
no
probably
doubt,
he
yeah.
can go and do a bit of everything. If he throws anything like his dad, I can't imagine he'd be any good on the mound. But, but yeah, obviously Ryan, almost an ultimate utility. He can literally play anywhere in the field. So
Yep.
you know, getting Max off his feet, day 2 of the tournament. You know, he's got 3 more big days in front of him. So
Most of the
obviously appreciate the
teams
help, I would think.
Do feature players that are very much in that mould, aren't they, of being just all-round utility players from you know, this club level right through to international.
Yeah,
There's
well,
quite a few of
be
them
interesting
sprinkled.
interesting to know from Ryan if it's something that, you know, I don't actually know what. I know he was a catcher, but I've also seen him play shortstop growing up too. So I'm not sure if it's something, you know, it's a pretty tough lineup to break into, and I wonder if his thinking was around if I can play everywhere,
Yeah.
I can kind of, you know, I'm a lot more valuable to the team than
Yep.
you know, if I'm just a second base shortstop. It's pretty
Well,
tough.
you look
pretty tough
at
lineup
it
to break into.
internationally. I mean, you know, you've got Cronk at Papanui, Pitarona, who can play anywhere, bats as good as anyone in the country. You've got quite a few around, as well as obviously Floyd Nola in this team as well. So it's a skill that does make you very valuable to whatever team you happen to be selected for.
Yeah, and I guess the thing for Ryan too, he's a you know, obviously a Ramblers kid, lives behind Diamond 2 basically, over the fence, the Early house. You know, it's his club. It will always be that family's club. So if you're going to break into the lineup, you know, it's if you're a middle infield, it's pretty tough lineup to break into. It's not like any of the other middles are getting up there in age or anything. So
Well, it's an interesting one because you do wish that you know, all your premier teams and representative teams had that sort of competition for spots, it would certainly make the whole country's quality of play a lot better if we had that sort of competition.
Yeah, well, it's probably a massive reason why they're as successful as they are. They've got so much depth now.
Yep.
You know, like there's kids just coming off the bench. You know, there's probably a lot of other kids that they've left at home that would start for other teams here too. So
well, there's that sort of success that breeds success, and obviously they've enjoyed the fruits of that for more than a decade now, Ramblers, and really it does throw the challenge out there for other clubs and other developing associations to try and meet them.
Stolen base there from Brock Evans.
Yeah, Ramblers getting a bit aggressive with their runners.
So just obviously another one of the younger players, Devon Carr, up to hit here.
Yep. So we've got number 77, Devon Carr, up there now. We've got Brock Evans at second base. It's 2-2 in the ball game. That's prompted the Dodgers coach to come out and have a chat with his young Chargers. Good to see them all still smiling out there. Make sure they're all on the same page.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if he's come out to have a chat to them or just checking on shortstop Dormer if he looked like he'd hurt his leg there. He gingerly walks back to shortstop.
Yeah.
Okay, boy, we got one ball.
There we go. Just might take a quick moment to introduce you to the Blues out there in this ball game. Standing in that wind is Tony Kairuna behind home plate. Massively experienced umpire, Ben Dyerson it should have been, who hasn't come to this one. So I'm suggesting that will be Robbie Sadgrove out there at third base. They're the ones who were scheduled to be out there, and it is indeed.
Yeah, I wonder if Ben got held up at one of the other earlier games.
Yeah, there's a few close contests. We saw extra innings played on Diamond 2 earlier with Marist and Auckland United. That game was decided in a tiebreaker. So most of the Diamonds running behind time today. That one right on the kneecaps of Devon Carr this time.
3-2.
With only one down, Devon Carr will definitely be looking to move the runner out there. This time he's popped one. It's going to go into shallow centre field. It's going to score the runner from two. It's not able to be fielded cleanly out there, but nice work from Devon Carr to move that runner across home plate.
Yeah, and off the hands. Well, just hit it straight over there.
Yeah, right into the hole, just where pitchers love to see guys. He's actually done a good job as the pitcher, but the batter just got enough on it to pop it in the hole out there.
Well, and also a day like this with the wind coming in so hard like that, the centre field's got no shot of getting in there. It's not going to hold up.
No, this time Cole Evans has just launched it hard and handsome straight over the centre field fence. And that is what you call business as usual for Ramblers. Cole Evans comes up and finishes the job that Devon Carr started.
Yeah, wind didn't play too much of an issue there.
No.
He definitely didn't miss that, did he?
No, it was a very famous rugby commentator who said a well-struck golf ball doesn't get affected by the wind.
Yeah,
and
well.
In this case, it was applied to the softball because that was straight like a laser beam. So as we said, it's business as usual for Ramblers, who have kicked off with the bat here in the second innings. The bottom of the second, they lead the ball game over Hutt Valley Dodgers by 5-2, who will be starting already this early in the game after having a good first innings themselves. Feel a little bit shell-shocked out there. Lewis Gerard up to bat, number 30.
I think you picked up Louis with a big groan as the ball came inside there from the umpire's
Yes,
mic.
I think he was feeling that on his shins before it even hit. Fortunately for him, it missed. This time it's bounced out to third base. He fires it across the diamond to take the out, but not before the damage is done. And it's Ramblers who lead this ball game by 5-2 over Dodgers. We'll be back to see what Dodgers can do about that in just a minute.
That's right, use mine.
21 is
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi can do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
And 5-4.
Hitting in the 7th spot, 5-4. Sorry.
Oscar Clark.
That's one. Okay, thank you, mate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just seeing the Ramblers team go through the final stages of their warm-up. Now for the top of the third innings, about to get underway. Been a couple of changes made by Nathan Nukunuku, the Ramblers coach. A straight change out there is number 33, Oscar Clark. He's come onto the field to replace... Oh, we'll let Wally do that actually because he's written it all out there. Oscar Clark's come in for Brock Evans.
Come on, Floydie. Come on, bro. Come on, Nosey. Come on, man.
Number 8, Aaron Dormer comes up. He promptly drops a bunt down the third base line. Nicely picked up there by the new incoming player, Oscar Clark. Fires it across the diamond for the first out. Just how pitchers like it, Craig. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, and real quick way to get introduced to playing the game too, isn't it?
Yep.
straight back in, first pitch, bunt,
Straight to you. Somebody decided he needs a warm-up.
And I guess the plus side for Floyd too comes out one pitch, one out after that last pretty long inning.
Yeah.
Then comes out, throws another strike. You know, perfect after runs come out, throw strikes, right?
Well and truly warmed up now, but we all know how much easier the pitcher's job becomes when you're defending a lead. Nice hard hit by Dallas Clifton this time, and it has gone over the head out there at centre field. It's a hard thing to do, especially to keep it inside the fence. It looked for all money like it might be heading that way.
Just kept carrying, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I thought I was about to say off the bat another, like, similar to the Devon Carr hit that just went over. Then I looked up again, it was hitting the fence.
And it was still going. Maddox Rice was out there who misjudged that, I feel, a little bit. It was right down its throat, but as Craig alluded to, it just kept carrying and was unlucky in the end not to clear the fence.
Maddox looks like a mummy out there. Look at him all with his mask on.
He's done everything he can to stop the wind from impeding his vision out there by wrapping his face in the mask. He'll get the glasses on. If you had the camera on him out there, you wouldn't recognise him. Nice pitch. This time, called a ball by TK.
Said it was high.
Bodie Foley into bat, and Dodgers not intimidated by the comeback that Ramblers experienced in that last inning.
Time here.
Wasted no time with only one out and getting a runner out there at two and giving themselves an opportunity.
It's quite funny, Bodie obviously calling time to help Floyd out there. Floyd was standing on the mound, standing about to get knocked over again. Obviously, he learnt the lesson from what happened to young Mudder.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything, just stood there until he could get his balance. But Bodie helped him out by calling time and stepping out of the box.
Well, backwards and, sort of in line from home plate to second plate. They're well balanced. But when you got the pitchers got their feet in front of each other, there's not much this way. So first base to third base, I suppose you call it, the way the wind's blowing. Pulls the strings on that one, does Floyd. It's a nice pitch. Just defuses the attempted bunt there.
2-2, guys.
Some decent weights being brought in to assist with the combating the wind conditions there.
Yeah. Ex-Black Sox pitcher Steve Leach out there, carrying bricks around, trying to weigh some gear down.
Oh, nice work. Nice work by Trey Ferry out there doing the running from second base.
See, I told you, he's been doing this all year.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't seen him playing much this year, but still this year, but he's done stuff like this all season.
Definitely a talent.
Yeah. Obviously just took everyone by surprise there and went on the throwback.
And it was Ramblers who were taken by surprise.
Yeah. It's a little unconventional, this stuff. He's done this to us 2 or 3 times this year too, so that's why I mean it's kind of a little
Nothing wrong with
unconventional, but it works.
Yeah, if it works,
Yeah,
that's for
100%.
sure. Wiramu up to bat for Dodgers as Floyd Nola looks to go to work. A brief lull in the conditions out there as Floyd has put one into the sun, and Oscar Clark, who's only just come onto the diamond, called to do some more work, comfortably takes the catch for the third out here in the top of the third innings. We'll move to the bottom of the third innings with Ramblers enjoying a lead in the ball game by 5 runs to 2 over Hutt Valley Dodgers. We'll be back in just a minute.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the bottom of the third innings now. It's Ramblers over Hutt Valley Dodgers by 5-2. We're heading in towards the bottom of the third innings, getting into the middle of the ball game now, Wally. To be fair, we probably thought that Ramblers might have been closing in on finishing this game early by now, but a good fist of things by the Dodgers out there so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, the plus side for Mata will be that they haven't seen him before. Be interesting, like I said, the second time through, they did a lot more damage than what they did the first time through. So, we're about halfway through their hitting lineup, second time through seeing him. So, I said before, I'd like to see him throw a little more change up, get them off balance a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's the key to it, isn't it? Because they did start looking comfortable there in that second innings, especially the top of that order.
Yeah, I feel a little bit maybe they've stepped away from that change-up a little bit after Cole's first at bat in the first innings when he knocked the fence over.
Yeah.
So maybe just become a little more timid with that, but I'd like to see them probably attack with that a little bit more.
Yeah, well, he took the fence out of the equation in the second at bat and just didn't bother with it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think he's a lot more effective when he's got that change up. Throwing a little more of it, and it makes everything else look a little bit quicker.
Like that.
Yeah. It's always an advantage pitcher when the hitters haven't seen them before. But like I said, the second, third time through, they might be a bit different. They definitely looked a lot more comfortable second time through than they did the first.
Here we go, straight back into the pitcher. He's done a good job of keeping it on the ground inside the diamond, but Floyd Nola hit that one pretty hard. But he's going to be safe at first base, and that is a good leadoff for Ramblers here in the bottom of the third innings. That'll bring to bat number 44, Bradley Bennett. Also helped himself to a safe hit in the previous innings.
Yeah, I didn't actually see Ramblers play yesterday. But interesting, Bradley Bennett's hitting in, what are we, in the 6th hole here? A lot over the last few years he's been hanging at the top of that order, so.
Yeah, probably more known as a lead-off hitter.
Yeah. So I wonder if it was just, getting Brock and Devon more at-bats, moving them to the top for this game.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they're giving guys more at-bats or where they settle as we get deeper into the tournament. As far as their order goes, Bradley Bennett, an enormously experienced player.
Yeah, well, they've got a few options. So.
Yeah, it's nice to have options like that, isn't it? Not all the teams have that sort of luxury.
Yeah, well, you look at the bench, they got Max Early, Oscar Clark, Connor Peden, obviously, some pretty decent hitters on there.
Yeah.
Young Nick Hayes.
And young Nathan Nuku himself.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
If he's needed.
I don't know, is that guy any good?
Oh, hadn't heard of him since he became a coach, so yeah.
I don't know he was still on the roster. He's the same age as me. Oh, actually, he's a year younger than me. He needs to give up like me.
Oh, come on, guys.
Making us look bad when he goes out there and bashes.
If you're still good enough, you're old enough. Doesn't matter whether you're 16 or whether you're 44.
He came in at a pinch hit against us at the Big Goof.
Yeah.
And he bashed it. And I was hoping he was going to strike out.
No,
makes the rest of us
makes
the rest of us look bad.
Well, you can be comforted in the fact that he has made a lot of teams in the world look bad throughout a long and illustrious career.
I had a couple of at-bats this year in the Prem 2 grade. Didn't go so well. Took me like 3 games to get a hit.
Oh, good. Once you're back in the groove, though.
Yeah, hands aren't as fast as they used to be.
No.
Not that they were quick. It was just...
It's hitting that goes last.
The mind was like, yeah, swing, and the hands were going, no.
I was still playing social softball at close to 50, so...
Oh, there you go.
And all the guys in my team around me were just as old.
Up there trying to take a daddy hack with no power left. That's what they look like.
By then, of course, you're playing modified rules. No bunting, no stealing.
Oh, we had a couple of games this year where our Prem 2 team was light on numbers, so the couple of us older guys down there getting a couple of swings in. So, yeah, didn't, like I said, wasn't doing myself any favour.
I was going to say, you got to give yourself a bit more credit, Wally. The opposition were going, look at this guy, they've stacked their team.
Well, it was actually quite good. One of the games was against Giants with Justin Critiana, so who I used to catch growing up. So.
I was going to say, he's no spring chicken either.
Yeah, he struck me out though, so we won't talk too much about that. So it didn't make me feel bad because I wasn't the oldest guy on the field. So.
Here we go. This time it's number 50, Maddox Rice, who hits the player in. Just puts one out to right field.
Talking about old guys that were playing softball, we played a game this year and Chopper played against us.
Oh, gosh.
Playing second base for TP.
Oh, yeah, he comes in for Totra Park out at Porirua and puts my son over the fence.
Did he?
Yeah, he hit Johnson over the fence, but then again, Porirua ended up winning. But
did he give it the big grunt?
I wasn't there. I'm ashamed to say I could have gone down because both him and Damien played in that game. So. It pretty much tripled the age of Tocha Park's average age.
Yeah, you're getting up there when 2 or 3 kids add up to the same age as you.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what's happened. 6-2 it is to Ramblers in this one now as we see them get a run across the plate by a bit more conventional means.
Yeah, just compiling their runs, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's not like, outside of Cole's hit off the white fence, everything's kind of just travelling along.
2 outs it is, and things are just ticking along for Ramblers now, but it hasn't got out of hand.
No.
By any means for Hutt Valley Dodgers.
It'd be interesting to see how long they leave Mudding for. Obviously he's the ace for the staff. Day 2,
Yeah.
It's a pretty tough ask. Even 4 runs down is a pretty big ask, I would think, for this lineup, and you probably want to keep him fresh for the next 3 days. Probably going in.
There will be games that they will be targeting.
Yeah,
this is probably not one of them.
No, and today, obviously, after today, you split to your 3 sections, around top section, the middle section, the bottom section. So, whatever section they end up in, he's going to be a big part of how their success looks in that section over the next 3 days.
So what will happen, ladies and gentlemen, of course, is the top 2 in each section will become the top 8. That is sorting itself out right now. By tomorrow, or by the end of tonight, we will know who those 8 teams are. and then there will be 3 sections as the competition will divide itself into. Ramblers obviously going to be the forefront of the top section. You could almost guarantee that Papanui will be there as well. In the meantime, we're out of this innings. We're into the top of the 4th, heading to the bottom of the 4th. Ramblers leading by 6 runs to 2. Over Hutt Valley Dodgers will be back in just a minute with more action.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We've got the change on the mound that we were talking about. Dodgers have obviously done the job on Floyd Nola, but it doesn't get any better news for Dodgers as Daniel Chapman, a beginning pitcher and a young guy coming in. But no, senior Black Sock, of course, and world-class pitcher. Good for these young guys to see this and have a crack at it, Wally.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, Daniel just coming back from long-term injury, getting back out on the mound. Just wanting to get comfortable out there too. It'd be good for him to get some innings in this afternoon.
Yeah. Obviously, he's rehabbing from injury, a recurring back injury, and it's nice to see him out there. He'll probably, if he's needed to go that far, not last past about 50 or 60 pitches, as we see him go to work here on the Dodgers batters. And probably instructed not to go at 100% as well, I would think. But, definitely coming back from injury.
Oh, nasty.
That was a nasty change-up. And just turned number 13, Logan Paul Woolley, into stone there. He really didn't have the experience to deal with that pitch, did he?
No, he see two rises that he threw past him, pretty firm, and then he threw a knee buckling change-up.
Yep.
So obviously Ramblers have made this change. They've also brought in the elder of the early brothers, Max. Like Chappie's obviously personal catcher or whatever.
Yep.
So Ryan's come out, Max has gone in as well.
Just keeping the batteries together. Max early comes in to catch with Daniel Chapman. And it's my first time seeing him in the tournament. I don't know if he's pitched prior to this. But certainly it's good to see him out there.
Doesn't look like he's missed a beat, does he? To
No.
be honest.
And there's another nasty drop ball where it gets down and dirty into the artificial turf here at Fraser Park.
Yeah, just interesting there when he, after he threw that, his little wince on his face, like it didn't
Yep.
come out like it was meant to, or I don't know if it was a little twinge or if it was him just didn't feel comfortable coming out, or if it was the result of the pitch that he wasn't happy with.
He's if you've seen him pitch a lot, you kind of see him when he gets into that groove, and certainly when he's playing against local opposition in New Zealand, and when he's in that groove for our batters anyway, he's proved to be nigh on unhittable. Internationally, he gets a bit more stick, but that's to be expected with the quality of batters he faces overseas. But coming back like this, it's definitely going to be a situation where maybe he doesn't quite know how his body's going to respond as well.
Yeah. A little tough ask here for Tiger Wilson, just changing over the left side and coming with him. Just a little
mistake
we made too here. Ryan Early hasn't left the game. He's gone to left field, so showing his versatility. And looks like
you were absolutely right about
looks
his
like
versatility.
Max has replaced Bradley Bennett. But jump behind the dish.
And once again, Ramblers have got the option of just sitting down quality players and replacing them with more quality players.
Yeah. Sent a text off to Megan early, try and get Nick Hayes in the lineup here. So she walked past before, said that she had a chat to Nate. So we'll see. He's got his gloves on.
Oh, trying to get him to have a bat.
Yeah. I want to break down the swing.
Why not? Why not?
But yeah, Daniel doesn't look like he's missed too much softball, does he? He's
No.
come out. He's got that. Always had that really smooth motion too, so it's quite effortless.
It does, and that's a beautiful rise ball to strike out Tycho Hill Wilson. Comes cold. Well, wouldn't call it cold. He'll have warmed up, but he comes fresh off the base and just bang, bang, bang. In 9 pitches, he's taken. He struck out 3 batters. So there we go. Ramblers head back to the dugout here in the 4th innings. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th. They lead the ball game by 6 runs to 2 over Hutt Valley Dodgers. We'll be back to see more of the Daniel Chapman show in just a minute.
Your world, your colour, your choice with Racine.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And Craig Wallace has used his influence over the softballing world to get us a look at Nathan Nuku batting and Nick Hayes batting. So possibly, if it goes that far, we might see them swinging the bat. In the meantime, however, it is up to bat for Ramblers as number 33, Oscar Clark, comes into the game to lead off for Brock Evans. And in the on-deck circle will be Devon Carr. Well, about to go to work here now in the bottom of the 4th innings. It's just kind of ticking over the innings at the moment.
Did you watch the play in that Oscar Clark was involved in at the NFC against Canterbury?
No.
With the base running when he scored from second on the
I
fly ball,
missed it.
he slid past the plate and then...
Some of us had to go and work.
I didn't even know you worked, Gary. I just thought you were part of softball.
No, I've got 2 jobs. There's the one I love, which I'm sitting doing here now, and the one that earns the money.
Yeah, it was one of the craziest plays I've seen. He slid outside past home plate, missed home plate, and was a metre or 2 away from home plate. And then, well, it looked, I might be wrong, but it looked like he was then caught in no man's land, and then was almost telling the next base runner where to come and confused the catcher. The catcher turned around to see when the next base runner was coming and dived back into the place. So
Oh, wow.
slid back into home. So
Psychological
yeah,
warfare.
it was like I said, one of the craziest plays I've ever seen, but it was pretty heads up.
That's pretty inventive in the heat of a moment.
Yeah, it literally looked like he'd slid and missed it, was stuck, he had nowhere to go, and then he just pretended like he was telling the next runner down to the outside, and then they confused the catcher, and then he slid back into home and scored.
Now I wish I had seen it. I'll have to go back into the live stream and find that game. Canterbury.
Yeah, Auckland Canterbury. It might have been the Saturday night game.
Yeah.
To go, you're wanting straight to the final.
Yeah. Yeah, because then Canterbury had to play North Harbour, didn't they?
Yeah. It was that game.
Oh, there we go. Oscar Clark going to work. Mate has done a pretty good job, actually. Here we are in 4 innings. It's 6-2 Ramblers. It certainly hasn't blown out by any means yet.
Yeah, well, he's pretty highly regarded in the Czech. They're one of their better young pitchers coming through. I'm pretty sure he was the ace for them in Mexico earlier, 3-4 months ago.
Yep.
I did watch him. He beat New Zealand there. He pitched that game, but he pitched a lot of their bigger games as well. I think they've got pretty good reps on him over there.
Yeah, definitely one of the European countries that's come on in leaps and bounds is the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
They're one of the teams that are now a threat to anybody out there, as we see Oscar Clark get Ramblers going by rifling one out to right field.
He also pitched for the Hutt Valley development team at the 19s here, Fraser Park. So I think he might have walked away with.
Yeah, him along with Nick Need.
Yeah. So he pitched for the development team.
Got the pitching honours at that tournament, didn't
he? Nick obviously pitched for the Hutt Valley A side, and he and Mata for the development team.
No, I had the 3 days at the boys' tournament, enjoyed it immensely here at Fraser Park under 19s, before having to hop on a plane and go and do the grand final for the girls up at Starling Park in Auckland.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so it was a busy weekend of broadcasting in 2 different tournaments in 4 days.
I seen you up there at the 19 girls as well.
Yeah.
You'd up your your wage you're taking from Chopper. You start paying you a bit more.
No, that all got soaked up in airfares and takeaways.
Came back going home money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Airfares, takeaways, and fuel for his daughter's car, which he lent to us, but it had no petrol in it.
Oh.
Thanks, Chopper.
Sounds like a smart move from Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie did that well. There's a hard hit to third base. And young Willie at third base has got a tendency of throwing the ball right at the feet of the first baseman, who has done very well to collect it on every occasion. But it's Ramblers with the runner at 1 and 1 down now. And Cole Evans, who has put on a batting clinic so far in this game.
Yeah, I was talking about Chapman, the crew here at Ballpark Broadcasting, doing a great job getting this, our game out to the world. I was talking to Todd Grego about maybe half an hour before this game started. He gave me a call saying he was watching from home with his lovely wife.
Oh, yep.
So, he was ringing up, harassing me. Not too sure what he wanted, or if he was just trying to get me to shout him out in the next game. Not too sure.
Todd, a name I'm familiar with from Canterbury?
Yeah, it's obviously Australian born and bred, but played a long time in Christchurch. Met his lovely wife down there. They got 3 boys, so those boys are doing really well. Play a lot of baseball with them. The oldest boy, Nico, is part of the Philadelphia Phillies system.
Oh, nice.
So signed with him a couple of years ago. So, yeah.
Nice hit down the third base line. This time it's Clark who comes screaming into third base and just about leaves one of his ankles behind as he goes across the plate. That's always a dangerous thing when you come in and slide like that.
He's pretty quick, Oscar.
Yeah. Just on the replay there, you'll see the slide as he comes into 3 there. Yeah, he definitely had to make an adjustment to get his leg over the base there.
Yeah. And on a request, we've got Nathan Nuku coming up for a hit. Talking about old people, just talked about Todd, same age as us. Obviously teammates.
One of the big legends. One of the just a little bit, 200 or 300 games. But yeah, definitely one of the legends, or that we're blessed with in this country. Nathan Nuku.
Won't be too many people born in the 70s still playing in this tournament. He'll be one of them. But yeah, it's always good to watch Nate. Still swings a bit hard.
Yes, he does, and just has the highest standards at whatever level he plays or coaches for in this country, whether it be with Ramblers, the Black Sox, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you even not get a triple here?
Just another average, and look at him run. Oh my gosh, there we go, a triple for Nathan Nuku. Yeah. There we go, he wound back the clock there, ladies and gentlemen.
This is possibly the worst thing that could happen.
For him, he wound it all the way back to probably last week when he played.
He didn't just bash it. He literally leagued out a triple, and he's 40, I don't know what age.
40 mumble, probably.
44 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pleasure that was, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, that's scored a couple of runs as well. So he's going to walk off the diamond having scored a couple of RBIs along with that absolutely amazing shot out to centre field.
He's not even heavy breathing at third either. What's going on here?
Oh, he's fit.
I don't know if fit's the word, but he's something.
Well, you know, we'd all want to be that fit at that age. And Floyd Nola, it is, he's come into bat now. Just to help proceedings along a little bit for Ramblers. They're in the bottom of the fourth, and it's very much looking like they want to hop back in the van. They're needing one more run.
You reckon they want to get out of the wind here, Gary?
Well, it's kind of heading that way, isn't it, Craig? It's one more run, then we're into the fifth inning. So the run ahead rule.
All I'm hoping is that Nick Hayes has a swing before they get the mercy here.
Yeah, well, he was out on the diamond.
Out there just teasing us.
Collecting the bat. As he wound back. Nice job to come back there as Floyd Nola strikes out.
Nice pitch, change up in the dirt, swung through it.
This is a...
Here he comes.
Number 2, Max Early. Oh, there we go. Another multiple world champion comes up to swing the bat. It is 2 out, though, so he may or may not get an opportunity, depending on how the batter out there goes.
Worst possible thing that could happen here is a pass ball. They score the run, and Max gets out, and Nick doesn't get to hit.
Yeah.
Either best or worst possible option. Depends on your angle here.
Yeah. Nick Hayes swinging the bat with some purpose in the on-deck circle.
We better see a tip of the cap to the commentary crew, too, after we got him in the lineup.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully Max gets on base here and we...
2 balls, 1 strike on Max Early. It is who's got to do the job out there to get Nick Hayes in the batter's box. Dodgers, who all credit to them, have made a pretty good fist of things against what is probably the country's best lineup at the moment in Ramblers. 3 balls and 1 strike. But I tend to agree with you, Wally, as we see Max head at 2-1 that Mutton possibly could have been rested for the rest of this game. Wuramu Amai is a fairly decent pitcher. Can come in and do the job for them. Dallas Clifton, not too bad a pitcher as well. So they do have options.
Here we go. Nick Hayes into pinch hit.
It's caused a few people to go running in all directions, trying to get their score sheets updated. There we go. Here's another one for the highlight reel, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can emulate his coach.
He ain't going to be hitting a triple, I don't think.
No,
actually,
he won't be bunting, that's for sure.
He would 100% back himself to be faster than Nate, though, I'll tell you that.
Well, you know, again, he's another one who keeps himself in pretty good shape.
Yeah, he runs pretty good. Second best athlete in the family after his brother. After his brother Dylan. So younger brother Dylan plays professional rugby in France still.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember when Dylan was a softballer, but I do remember that he was more of a rugby player.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Makes Nick look tiny.
Pretty hard at pretty well over 6 foot tall Nick himself.
TK helping him out.
And well, TK's no short ace either, is he? Yeah.
What do you got here? 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike. He's going to walk, I can tell you, Craig. He's going to walk.
No, he won't walk. He'll be swinging.
And if he's going to swing, that was the one to swing at.
I'll give you a heads up. If you want to get Nick out, throw it down the middle.
Yeah, you reckon?
100%. He's going to come in and go, that was a great pitch.
Oh, here we go. Nick Hayes in the batter's box. Here's the pitch.
What did I tell you?
Oh, there we go. An inside pitch through the zone. And it is Hutt Valley Dodgers that got the job done. And it is Ramblers that don't score the run they need to take them out of the ball game after 3 outs in the 5th inning. So, well done, Hutt Valley Dodgers, to hang in this one.
Your world, your colour, your choice with Racine.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we wound back the clock for you on that previous innings here with Dodgers playing Ramblers, with Nathan Nuku helping himself to a couple of RBIs, bringing himself into bat. He's still out there. He's fielding at first base, and Daniel Chapman came in the previous innings. But Hutt Valley Dodgers, we're in the 5th inning now, and continue to hang in there, thereabouts. They've given themselves options. They've scored 2 runs in this ball game, and it is Ramblers who are leading by 8 runs to 2. Daniel Chapman didn't waste any time announcing himself out there in the previous innings. 3 batters up, 3 strikeouts. So in terms of percentage, he's probably already leading the percentages. Speaking about Black Sox legends out there, there's an interested spectator in Chapman on the side of there filming one of his charges.
No. Definitely be an interested spectator here, wouldn't he?
Yes, definitely. There we go, 4 up and 4 out for Chappie in this one, and the Dodgers batters just seem to have turned a stone out there, give themselves an opportunity by having a swing, and it looks like Braden Heroin is going to come in for a pinch hit, number 23 for Dodgers.
Yeah, this will be fun for him.
Yeah.
He used to coach him, actually, when he was younger.
Yep.
He quite a talented rugby player as well.
To be fair, Craig, there's not too many of the youth in the Hutt Valley you haven't coached.
Yeah, but he's I hadn't seen him in a while, actually. I saw him on the weekend. He's playing for the Dodgers Prem 3 team. Yeah. So they've obviously brought him into the team for Club Nationals. Him and another guy, Manu Oliver.
And for the experience.
Yeah, but Daniel Chapman doesn't look like the Prem 3 pitching in the Hutt Valley, I'll tell you that much.
No. So, you know, the brief from the coach will be, mate, go out there and have a good time and swing the bat.
I think Braden's probably just, maybe he played a couple of years when he was younger, and then I would say he's 24, 25 years old now.
Like there you go.
You know, so maybe first year back playing. He's come along playing in the Club Nationals, and like I said, he would never have seen any pitching like this before, so pretty tough asking for him here.
Well, you know that Chappie's not going to veer much from the zone.
No.
And there we go.
It's
waste no time.
Almost unfair.
And they waste no time with that one. And that's going to bring the bat. We're just going to make sure we get the numbers right because they are making a lot of changes. It is number 8.
Back to the second spot in the order.
Yeah. So I make that 5 batters and 5 strikeouts for Chappie's going for some kind of, he's going to maintain his 100% record, I believe is what he'll be trying to do.
That one took off, didn't it? It was weird. Kind of just jumped. Enough the wind got hold of it halfway through, or just took off.
Normally when pitchers lose control of their rise ball, that's exactly what happens. They overpower it and it goes into the back of the net. Now, I didn't find that out myself, but I did hear that from a coach that was coaching one of my own kids.
Okay.
A pitching coach, of course. He was doing pitching with my daughter. But he says if they lose control of the rise ball, it tends to fly into the back of the net.
Thought you were trying to compare yourself to Daniel Chapman.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, there was a time the only comparison was we were both young. Daniel still is. I'm definitely not.
Oh, there you go, the commentator's jinx, Gary.
That was the commentator's curse. Unfortunately, Aaron Chapman has walked Aaron Dormer. He's done a pretty good job get himself on base.
Yeah, he's come out. He's throwing the ball well. Just his mannerism off the mound he's obviously not happy himself and what, it's overpowering stuff. But
yeah,
as most good pitchers around the world, perfectionists, even though it looks overpowering for us, it's probably not coming out as clean as he wants it to. So.
Having seen him a number of times over the years, this is not Daniel Chapman at full flight yet.
No.
That may take, you may not see it at this tournament actually, with them having the luxury of having Nick Hayes on the bench, who may take them to the through the back end of the tournament. Dallas Clifton, who in his last at-bat hit the ball very hard, all the way to the centre field fence, in fact. Was unlucky for it not to be an automatic home run. For all money there for a while, it looked like it was going to be. But this time he leaves nothing in the tank as he swings hard at that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. A little bit more sting on that rise ball. You just hear how hard it hit the leather. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This time it's hit out to shortstop. Cole Evan eats that one up. He eats those up for dinner. Fires it across to Nathan Nuku at first base and takes the out for the 3rd out here in the 5th innings. And that will end it here now on the top of the 5th. It is Ramblers who continue to lead this ball game, and they've closed this ball game out. We must have, the scorer must have missed one off the score, because that is the run-ahead rule in force. And for this one, it is Ramblers who end up comfortable in the end over Dodgers. A gallant Dodgers, I felt, Craig, in this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they had nothing to lose, come out. That second inning, they got a couple of runs across the plate and took the lead. And then the Ramblers...
The Ramblers ramble.
Juggernaut, I would say.
Absolutely, a clinic put on. Yeah. No, thank you very much, Craig, for your input in this game. It's Ramblers that wind out the win. And for Ballpark Broadcasting, we're going to close on that note with the gallant Dodgers heading back to the dugout. Ramblers marching on through the tournament. Stay tuned. We'll be back very shortly with more action from Diamond 1. Here at the 2024 National Club Championships. Thank you very much.